had that one this afternoon 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was us. What was it, Saturday night? But one of where I live, fireworks stands on every corner because we're in like one of the only counties in Missouri that allows fireworks. These poor people put up this huge fireworks stand and had all the fireworks in it within 24 hours. That storm blew through the entire tent over. It's a big old tent, like, you know, it's like the size of a parking lot. The tent over, all the fireworks got wet. And like they had them out in the sun. But I know where I'm not buying fireworks, right? Because I mean, they probably got wet. You know,
right?
I know they got wet. It was pouring. Like it wasn't a tornado, but it was super strong winds. And I mean, one of those little baby swimming pools ended up in our backyard when it happened. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Mike, by the way, I'm going to send you the link so you can download and have the segment from the show so that you can hawk that out whenever you're ready.
Oh, that's
nice.
You
need to do that because he wrote a book, and the guy I'm talking to on Fox, he's doing like a book tour, but I'm going to get a hold of him.
That I was much happier with the second interview. So
Pam watched it; she loved it.
It was good, Pam. It was really good.
Yeah, I was happier with that one. So we did it. We got one more. Doing one more in July.
Yay! That's awesome.
Amy Duncan. That's how she got started.
I got to get my inner Amy Duncan going.
No. Hang on, I'm just tweeting this out. WDW Amy Duncan.
Oh my gosh.
Bob's Bugs Be Gone.
What?
I love that show. I miss that show so much.
I know that show was awesome. It's hard to believe it was really only on for like 4 seasons or something like that, right?
I don't know, but I watched it. I mean, like I watched it because Paige watched it, and Mallory watched it, but we watched that show all the time, and it was just the best.
It was. I loved the holiday one too.
Oh yeah,
when they went to
get back Mike and stuff and whatnot.
I definitely think I missed something.
You've never seen Good Luck
Charlie?
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh my god, it's the best show ever. It's
so good.
I'm sorry, I failed you all.
Oh, it was so good. It's on Disney Plus.
I'm sure it is.
It's so good.
I'm sure it is. So
it was really a good show. Like, she was hysterical. The dad was funny.
She was funny. Like, she was so funny.
Oh my gosh, she was so over the top. The brother was funny.
Yeah, everybody was perfect. Like PJ, like the dumb guy, he was serious. The Gabe was so funny. Mrs. Dabney was awesome. I love
Mrs. Dabney. Yes,
you see her in commercials all the time.
Yes, she is. She's
in a commercial right now where I don't know what it's for. I think it's for like Allstate or something, where they're towing a house down the middle of the street, but she's like this water in a bush. I'm like, real quick. I'm like, because my wife and I are both like, we see her in a commercial, Mrs. Dabney. Yeah, there's one where did you ever see the one where she's like roller skating with Gabe at the roller skating rink? Like Gabe wanted.
I must have.
Yeah, because Gabe wanted to date her granddaughter.
Oh yeah.
She's like, yeah, you can go on a date with my granddaughter, but I'm going too. And they went to a roller skating rink. Oh, too funny. I gotta go watch that again. Okay, so questions. You haven't put them in the chat. Hey everybody. Yes. Hey Bethany, Donna. Oh, your mom's here.
Yeah.
Lottie, Jennifer, Margie, Megan. Donna's here again. Oh yeah, she watched she didn't watch Good Luck Charlie. She watched Good Luck Pam on PTO. Ronnie Lee's here. Amber, Johnny, Lisa, and Bethany. Okay. Questions, comments, put them in the chat. We'll get to them on this show.
Questions, comments,
concerns,
other things.
We don't want
no concerns.
I have concerns from our pre-show, but I can address those here.
And I don't know what the concerns are yet, which is disturbing to me. Yes.
They were going to do, I was listening to another podcast today. They're going to do a segment called Questionable Choices. And I was like, oh my gosh, we could do so many.
Oh, we could, yeah. I think that people would be surprised at how questionable our questionable choices are. I think we seem very, I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there, that I think people would be surprised.
Yeah, well, here, this is how my day started. Scott sends me this. I don't know if you can see the picture.
Is that you and him drinking tequila?
That was the tequila tasting 5 years ago today that the people next to us didn't show up. And
so you got all their tequila?
Yeah. Right. They're like, do you want theirs too? We're like, why not?
Why not?
That
Okay.
was the night we
That
got.
was
We
yeah,
didn't get to go
that
to
was
dinner.
crazy.
Yeah, that was the night we didn't get to go to dinner.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, that was the Shorty was the bar back. He just kept laughing at us the entire time. He never told
Oh
us his
my.
name. He's just like Shorty. That was it. I mean, he wouldn't tell us. Anyway, okay. So
White skinny jeans have come.
that's the white skinny. Yeah, that was the white
White
skinny
skinny
jeans.
jeans had become are questionable.
Yeah, don't steal cucumbers and living with the land unless you're super.
No, do not. No.
Like I go to
No.
jail.
I assume that they are not being allowed to Disney anymore after all that. Yeah.
A cucumber. I think Universal like tweeted about it. I saw.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Oh my, yeah, that was.
Oh my.
Oh my, that's
What are you in the
all.
joint for? Taking a cucumber and living the land. What about you?
But literally, she almost
Fell.
got hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Was it a
there's-
girl that did it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was. It was.
Oh my god.
She almost fell down. It was concerned. Like as I watched, I was like, like she fell and like almost got crushed by the boat. Like it was
Yes.
real. It,
It
was
was
a real
definitely real.
concern.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You know, all I want to do is like just write my initials in the sand. You know, so I'm going by or something. Or put BOGP #1.
Well, while everybody's saying there's reports that no one talked to them. Oh, I'm sure they've been talked to by.
Yeah, I'm
look,
sure
Disney
too.
is going to find them in some way, shape, or form. I can guarantee it. Because I can guarantee
Yep.
that was for social media, and I can guarantee that she's posted about it. They will find them.
I think that there's cameras everywhere and they're able to.
Yeah,
track
because I
people.
mean, especially on that ride, right? There's that
Yeah.
part where you think you're in the clear, and like if somebody stands up, like, oh, sit down, please, before you go into the greenhouse. Put your hands in.
Yep.
It may have been something though where they wanted because it was so dangerous that they may have wanted to pull somebody else in
True.
to have a real conversation. But anyways, you know, look, people make
Yeah, you don't know what Disney security got here
Yes,
later.
exactly.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly
So.
it. They are able to track them through the park.
Oh yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just say that.
Yeah,
So
you are tracked.
they
Yes.
are not. They weren't let go. So, anyways, oh
Okay.
my, oh my. That's what we got to say. Oh my.
Yeah,
Oh my.
leave the bananas and everything on the trees. Just for luck.
Yes.
Don't touch it with bananas.
What?
All right.
No, don't.
See here. Here we go. Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
1920. Welcome to episode 1920 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. And welcome to, I guess we can officially call this the dog days of summer here in the United States in the Northern Hemisphere. And if you're down in Australia, I know we have a lot of listeners down in the Southern Hemisphere. Hey, sorry, man. I know it's probably cold. We'll be complaining about that before too long. So if you like us complaining about cold weather, stay tuned. It'll be here soon. Inevitable. We do it every year, so we'll be there. But hope you're having some enjoyable times outside. As the it seems like around here it stays light till about 9 o'clock. Take us with you as you do that evening stroll with the dog, or mowing the yard, whatever it takes. We love it when we are in your ear and sharing some great memories of Walt Disney World trips and some new news and tips you can use. News and tips you can use. That could be our new like a little slogan if we need one. We don't.
Yes. No, we don't.
Joining me today, because we're here to answer your listener questions. That's what we do every Wednesday. We have Ricky from themouseforless.com. What's up, Ricky? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, and I can officially say that this dog is enjoying the dog days of summer right now.
Nice. I actually, for the first time in a couple of months, I have Riley the super dogs. Now she's not super excited about listener questions. She's asleep right under me, but she's in St. Louis right now.
That's all right. That's all right. So yes, this dog is very excited about summer. And speaking of like summertime movies, by the way, I saw Luca, which is on Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen it, and you have Disney Plus, it's available. There's no premium charge for it, so you can just watch it, which is pretty fantastic. And it's a Pixar movie, so it's a full-on like legit Pixar film. So watch Luca. It was a cute little movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely watch it. So.
Spoiler: lives on the second floor, right?
What?
You didn't get that.
Oh.
Pam, did you get that reference? Come on, 80s song. You don't know that song?
Oh.
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I live
floor.
upstairs from you. Okay, never mind. That was
What song is this?
Hey man, it's still almost Father's Day. Here's the conversation I had with my family today, right? We're recording on Monday as we do for the Wednesday shows. I told the family because, we had a great Father's Day around here. Hope all the Disney dads out there did as well. I told them though, remember that if Father's Day falls on a weekend, you get Father's Monday because it's like the federal holiday. So, this year Father's Day fell on a Sunday. So Monday's also it's the official observance of Father's. That didn't work, but I tried. You got
that was a good try. That was a good try.
Credit.
Yeah.
I had a great Father's Day, but I tried to push it to 48 hours. Didn't quite work, but
it didn't go. That's all right. That's all right.
All right. Yeah. And hey, feel free to use that next year, guys. I mean, you never know. Maybe they're not thinking.
Could work.
All right. Also joining us, we have the star of PTL Pittsburgh Today Live and the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, Pam Forrester. Happy Wednesday, Pam.
Happy Wednesday. Very nice of you. Yes, they actually made it very easy for me to appear on the show. So they made me look good. So anyways, yes, but it's weird that my business the whole time that it's been in business has been here, located in this area here, right around Pittsburgh. And what's weird is our business sort of went from national and then sort of focus more on local.
Right.
Yeah, right. I know. But anyways, we have so many great shows and businesses and stuff here in Pittsburgh. It's actually an area of the country that, as much as I do complain about the winter weather, and Mike, that is my superpower, complaining about.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to live somewhere where it's miserable, you got to tell everybody. That's
exactly. But I will say there's a big part of me that also loves this part of the area, this part of the country, this part of even Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh's a really special place. And if you haven't been, you should stop by. You can chat with me and I'll give you the top 10 things to see when you're here. But anyways, yeah, it's a cool place.
All right. Well, hey, let's jump in and answer some listener questions. Actually, before we get to the question, we have some feedback from Friday's show from my good friend Sue Walker. She wrote in a couple of days ago and she said, first of all, I had to give her more info because I think we talked about how you can go over to Trails Inn and get the counter service. They have a family meal deal. And then you can take it over into Trails Inn and eat in the restaurant. It's just the tables, there's no servers or anything like that. You can just eat in there. So it's a pseudo Trails Inn kind of experience, which I will be doing here in a couple of weeks. I cannot wait because I've heard it's a great deal and it's fried chicken. I mean, talk to me. I mean, that's like a love letter to Mike, right? It's a deal and it's fried chicken. I'm in. So we'll be doing that here soon. But she wanted to give her 2 cents on when Disney will be back to normal, as we talked about on Friday. Her things, she gave 5. And let's get your feedback on this. She said park hopping anytime, not the 2:00 thing. Just want to hop anytime you want. I kind of agree with that. Fireworks, all the parks. I guess she's saying excluding Animal Kingdom. We never had them there. But you know what? I do miss Star Wars fireworks. I think that here's the thing. I'm going to be down there starting on July 6th. So I'll be there quite, soon after the fireworks return. I'm a little worried about my reaction to Happily Ever After the first time.
Mike's going to cry.
Whew.
Yeah.
I got to start just, I just got to, you got to focus. I got to block.
Is there a way to get your tears out ahead of time, Mike? Because I think that's.
I know. I need to onions, or something. I don't know. So I'm a little worried about that. Even what if Epcot Forever makes me cry? That would really be bad.
Have you seen Epcot Forever yet?
I haven't. I liked it. I know. Okay. But likes it but me. I thought it was okay. It was a fireworks show. People are too hard on things. It was fireworks in the middle of a theme park. How bad is it? It's great.
I told you. The first half is great. The last third is the part. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll be but Star Wars fireworks. If I remember the one where it was we're home. Oh
yeah, dude. It'll go. You're good.
That's just hard to skip the beat just saying it myself. If I hear it again with fireworks, I'll totally lose it. Anyway, she also says Epcot Future World opening earlier again. I'm with her on that too. There's just something wrong in the world with Epcot opening at 11. I mean,
this girl loves it.
No, it's terrible because if you stay 3 hours, you're there at 1:00. That's my nap time. I got to be there at 9. Get out there.
This girl doesn't nap.
Oh.
So, Mike, you should just visit Epcot after 2. Park hopping. You should always be park hopping to Epcot.
Yes.
And Ricky, you just go at your normal time.
I just go at my own normal time. Exactly.
That could work. I'm going to try that here in a couple weeks. Oh, she also says the Epcot monorail running. I personally don't think we'll see that for quite a while, but just because it's going to go right through that construction zone.
Yeah.
Bad luck, but who knows? I mean, it's a transportation source. And here's the one we talked about, email back and forth. Magical Express luggage transfers, just one last time, make it truly magical. I said, I think that ship has flown as far as the luggage transfer, considering Magical Express ends in 6 months. I don't.
But are we going to have resort airline check-in? Because that actually was not something. So they actually had folks from the airport, like TSA folks, that were checking those luggage. It was sort of an extension of the whole SkyCap thing, where you would check your luggage, exterior. Now that hasn't started at most of the airports either. They do have them. I've noticed a little bit, but so I think that's something that was interesting too, because that to me was a huge benefit.
Yeah,
huge. True. Being able to drop off your luggage and know that it's being checked into your final destination, as they say.
True.
So anyways.
That's a good point. That would be great if that came back.
It would be. But you know what? I think what happens is I'm so glad to travel, and I think most people are so glad to travel, that the things that would have been a bigger inconvenience for us were just happy to be
whatever.
somewhere.
I'm good.
Yes.
I think as time goes on, we'll be back to more like, okay, we need this. Right now we're just like, it's the honeymoon period again, right?
Exactly. Also, I just want to say you're welcome. I did mention how fireworks would probably be coming back last week because I talked about it.
Yeah, we do
Boom, fireworks are back.
We are pretty good at that, and I've heard Columbia Harbor House will never reopen. So there you go. So I just want that open before I get down. So I'm just going to say,
anything else we want?
Yeah,
got to use your superpowers. Careful.
Exactly.
Also,
for good, not for evil.
That's right. I mean, I'm not going to leave it on the shelf either. I'm just going to throw it out there because I do like that place. Okay, see here. We had one in the live chat. Let me get to it here. Julian says in the live chat, any recommendations for making dining reservations at the 60-day mark if you're in the Pacific time zone? Thanks, guys. So that would be 3 a.m. You know what? Simulate like you're ordering your new iPhone. I hate to say it, but I mean, really, there's nothing much you can do there. And also, Pam, here's the thing. Okay, because I get this from guests all the time, and I don't have a definitive answer. As far as like the online system is supposed to roll over at the same time, 6 a.m. Eastern, but it does go early sometimes. So just I try to say get online early and then, be ready to rock, but most people probably don't even call in anymore, I wouldn't think, but
have your days lined up. I think if you have something that is really important for you to do, have it at the end of your trip, right? Yep. Because that gives you're going to be one of the few people who are able to access those days toward the end, if you're staying at a Disney resort, of course. And I think be flexible. I think honestly, especially during this, we've been so many times since the park have reopened. I mean, really and truly, we have been. And I have absolutely found that being flexible and taking what is available has sort of led me down the path of finding some places that I really, really enjoy. And I probably would not have been to had it not been for this. I mean, or not have been to as often. So I always am cautious when I say things like this, but it hurts my heart when I see someone weigh the success or failure of their trip on one thing, because it's so much more than one thing. And so, don't let that happen. Don't let some external thing be in control of the success of your trip. Your attitude really is so.
Paradiso 37.
That definitely controlled Mike's
enjoyment. It was fine. I really don't meet a restaurant that I don't like. It's very rare. So I'm just saying, and I think it's a great, it's a great opportunity. You try someplace, like just really go on a whim. I mean, the thing is, it's a Disney restaurant. It's not going to be terrible. I mean, even like the restaurants that got terrible reviews, wasn't there like one called Captain Jack's at Disney Springs?
Yes,
there was.
Restaurants in your town. It's probably better than a St. Peter's restaurant here, I would think.
I never ate there, so I have no idea.
Oh no,
I did. I had eaten there.
Was it any good?
I think it was a place that was around when Steve and I went on our honeymoon to Walt Disney World, and I think that's actually one of the times we ate there, and it was just like normal food, like a New England inspired menu. It was famous for a few things, and it was what it was.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Bethany. Thank you in the live chat. She says, we love Paradiso 37 and it always has availability.
That it does.
I'm telling you, if you become a fan of that place, it's like having an ace up your sleeve, man. You're
right.
Like, watch this. I'm pulling out a 5:30 p. Well, I know everybody else eats a 5:30. That's late for me. I'm like, 5:30 ADR. Who's got one? Me. Guy 5 days out. What's up? So I'm just saying, you'd be ready.
I think that the dinner time when you're searching for Disney dining actually starts too early for Mike. Like they or too late. I'm sorry, too late.
I was gonna say
Mike wants those earlier times. Mike, you should always be looking for the latest lunch available.
Yes, like where's my 3:00 dinner? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dropping some here. I'll drop some knowledge real quick on to the next question. You eat where the old people eat. You eat when the old people eat because they go to the best places, they get the best deals, and they eat at the right times. I'm just saying. I mean, that's why I go to Gingham's here, the diner.
Oh my god.
We bring down the average age of that place so much. Anyway, Alex has a question. In what capacity do you think the parks are operating at? And what needs to happen for capacity to go up more? Have a late July trip and wait times seem manageable now, but wondering what they could look like by the end of that month. Thanks, Alex. Thoughts, Ricky? What do you think on that?
So I think that capacity is creeping up. I don't think we're going to find out like what capacity is at as we move forward. I think the thing that really is moving capacity to increasing is the fact that they are now able to remove a lot of those social distancing things that were keeping that was the main reason, a lot of it, for the capacity issues they were having. So right now we're seeing them going through the lines and removing, they removed all this, please stand 6 feet away, stickers. And, we're seeing pre-shows come back, in places like the Haunted Mansion and Rock and Roller Coaster. And
the Tower of Terror.
Exactly. So they can
back, Stretching Room Haunted Mansion.
Exactly. So they can start to put people in those spaces. So they, as they can fill up more and more spaces, literally fill in all the available space, they're going to be able to increase the capacity. So I think that we're seeing it as time is going on right now. Like capacity is being increased. Again, I still think the biggest issue is the fact that they're still not quite there with the capacities as far as dining is concerned. And we're getting there. I mean, I think did I see Casey's Corner did open? Or
I thought you said that. I got all excited. It is not. I told the family, man. I was like,
I thought I saw it too.
I think Ricky gave me some fake news. But
I'm sorry. Fake news. My bad. My bad. I should have done more research.
Pecos Bills has the corn dog nuggets. So
there you go. Okay. I should have done more research. My bad. I'm sorry for giving you false news. But I'm just saying like that seems to be a real bigger piece of the problem, is the fact that dining just isn't where it needs to be. So I think once they can start to do that and increase dining, I think then it'll be, it'll be much closer to where capacity was before. But, again, in the shops and stuff like that, they've removed all the social distancing there. You don't have to wait in line to go inside the shops anymore like you had. So we're getting to a bigger capacity. So as far as wait times, I mean, hopefully it continues where it's going and they keep Fast Pass off, because I think that's a good idea. But,
Don't start.
I know.
I want to ask me about this though, but for folks that have been going for a lot of years, and we kind of have our systems, like we're on autopilot, we're like a Tesla. When we get to Walt Disney World, we just know what to do. We don't even think, we just go and have a good time. This getting, the full capacity thing, or getting the physical distancing out, getting rid of that, loading full capacity on the attractions, into the shows, into the stores. I think that is such a relief for somebody like me, because the thing that would shock me is like, oh, I want to run in the Emporium, and grab something on the way out. And then there's a line, like, has there been a line in the last 15 years, so to get in. So I think the thing is, Pam, I see this, a lot of folks like, oh, I want to have my own log on. Pam and I had this discussion last night on our walk. It's great to have your own log on Splash Mountain, but that means you're going to wait another 45 minutes to get on the attraction. Yeah. And that's going to happen on every attraction. Like, I'm cool with sitting with everybody at this point. Like, I mean, if I'm flying in an airplane down there with everybody, I always say, take the vaccine for a ride. Let's see what happens. That's just me. I got it for a reason. Let's go. So yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be a better experience as we move forward in the summer.
I think too. And I think some of the other things that will happen is that we won't see the cleaning need to happen as often. And that's actually takes a long time.
The cleaning on the rides, you mean?
Yes.
I'm assuming, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I specified.
The cleaning in between, different rides, and they had to do it at certain intervals and at different shows. And the other thing is, so you would think to yourself, well, gosh, that really only impacts like certain attractions. Well, no, if everyone's waiting for that attraction, there are still going to be those people in line. I mean, it just sort of extrapolates out, right? And it impacts all the attractions because people aren't moving through the park as fast and whatnot. So there's a lot of things. I think that we are past the days when we're going to see Disney announce at what capacity they are anymore. I think that ship has sailed, and Disney's typically very secretive about that stuff. And I will say it's a burden that's not placed on other vacation destinations, right? You aren't going to SeaWorld and asking like, what capacity are you at and things like that. You aren't going to Arizona or even, the national parks. I realize there's some that have reservation systems, but it's still not something that is, they're not broadcasting as well. So lots of stuff to think about there. And I think too, the physical distancing, there is something to the fact that having that space did make things load a little slower.
Yes.
I mean, there's a reason why they tell you to fill in all available space. And that's because research has shown blah, 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 right? That you get on the attractions faster, or you sit down in your seat more quickly or whatnot. So it's all geared toward being the most efficient thing. So I think as we see some of those things continue to be reduced or eliminated, that will help as well. And I think too, as we've always sort of pointed out, that one of the things that is the most important about you going to a theme park is not necessarily when you can go and how many other people are there with you, but how you move through the park and the way that you do things, and to have some strategies. We've all been to the park on the busiest days of the year. Period. End of story. I mean, the parks were closed and we were already in, and all of that.
We had a blast.
So, we've had a great time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, absolutely. So I cannot say that I'm, reluctant to go back to that, because I've had a great time no matter when I've been there. So,
and there's an energy when everything's, when everything gets back. I mean, restaurants, every attraction, every show. It's just, I mean, in May, we walked over to the boardwalk, and the boardwalk resort, obviously the inn wasn't open. The villas were.
Yeah.
But we walked on the boardwalk, and we're so used to seeing, in the evening, just like, ESPN's you can hear the audio.
Wow.
There's people milling around outside. There's ice cream at the Ample Hill spot. There's people getting pizzas. But the thing is, we're getting back, right? I mean, the boardwalk inn will be opening here in like a week. That'll be open. So that whole side, everything will be open over in Crescent Lake area. They just opened that little junk food stand. I don't know what it's called. It's got like the corn dogs.
Yes.
During marathon weekend, that one time we're staying at Boardwalk, we went down, we bought one of everything and took it back up to the room because it was raining. Worst decision of all time. It was like mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers, funnel cake. I mean, all fried everything. Oh, that was the worst. Speaking of questionable choices, that was one. That wasn't even questionable. It was horrible. But yeah, things are coming back. And for example, like you mentioned, Pam, with the efficiency of the loads and the how full they're doing things, single riders back. And you might not think single rider is going to affect you, but it does, because you're running at probably a 5 or 10%, more efficient load for every vehicle, that's getting out. You're not leaving empty seats. You're moving people through. So
absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
We're getting there, and we're getting there way faster than I thought we would.
So much faster than I thought we would. Yeah.
So, yeah.
100% agree. 100% agree.
I'm happy. All right. Michelle's got a question, and also her son's down working at the Haunted Mansion right now. So giving us a breaking news about the stretching room. It's stretching, and we're in there filling in all the dead space, by the way.
We need to hashtag the breaking news.
Yes. Breaking news. No, let's not. She says, why do you think Sebastian's is going family style? And here's I don't know anything about restaurants. I don't think I know about restaurants. I like to eat there. Is it possibly kind of a labor thing? Like it's easier to make like bulk items and throw them in bowls and just put them on tables as far as servers and like the food. Pam, what do you have any ideas on
I think that's probably part of it. I think they're probably trying to ease back in, and this is going to be something that isn't as demanding on the kitchen staff as all of that. I think that they're trying to sit as many people as possible. So when you go in and you order from a restaurant and you each get to pick your individual menu item, and that takes, let's say, 15, 20 minutes until the food arrives to your table. That means that many less people that you can put in the restaurant that night. You have a finite number, right, that you're going to be able to get in and out depending on how long they sit at the table. And let's say that doing family style reduces the amount of time that each party is there by 15 or 20 minutes, if not more. So that's a possibility. I think the other thing is too, that they're looking at what their guests who are staying in that area need and are looking for. And I think that maybe the family style does appeal to more people who will be staying there at Caribbean Beach and possibly Riviera too. And they're also looking to draw in probably some folks from some of the other resorts that are on the Skyliner. So I think that that's something that they're looking at as well. I just think that it makes sense for them right now. I will tell you, I would absolutely love to see them go back to their other menu because I really liked Sebastian's. I thought it had some great dishes, some unique things. And I think that the resort and that restaurant in particular are beautiful. It just really is. That restaurant was stunningly beautiful. So I'm glad that it's coming back, and I'm glad that they're at least able to open in some capacity. And I will look forward to the time when they move back to the regular menu.
The good news, Pam, though, is with this new menu, all you can eat pull-apart bread, which I am perfectly agree. You know, those little dips and everything.
That was really good. Yeah, for sure.
I'm all in on that. So
and they still have like the jerk chicken and the things that were really popular there. And their dessert, you get the lovely dessert trio, which I'm sorry, you get the bread pudding, right?
Yes. Sounds
which was their mainstay there. So I think it'll have a lot of appeal, and I'm just glad to see different restaurants open. You know, we're getting an announcement like almost every week or every other week of other restaurants that are opening, and that's exciting. Really, really exciting.
And you know, Sebastian's, I haven't been there, but I will be eating there. We got an ADR there for our July trip, so I'm super excited because we're staying at Caribbean Beach.
Good.
Perfect. But this place has think about it with the Skyliner access, and it's right 100%. There. It has, as far as a resort restaurant, it has the potential to be, super like a California, not on the same level as a California Grill, but popularity wise, because it's going to be so accessible from so many other resorts, Pop, Art, 2 theme parks, Riviera, and all the Epcot area resorts. I mean, it'd be easy to get to if this really kind of takes off. And it's only was $29.
Yeah,
I know that was the other thing I was going to say.
Because they made the announcement at the same time, right? Ohana was reopening in Sebastian's, and I told I'm like, I want Sebastian's. I've never been there, and the menu actually looked good to me. Like it wasn't too crazy, but it was a lot of neat little things to eat. But when I saw 29 versus like 55,
right?
There's 4 of us. That's a big deal. That's a big deal
for sure. That's what I was going to say. It's in Disney terms, it's like a bargain, right? Really and truly.
Yeah, shh.
I know, right? Get in while the $29 price is there. I think
this is true because if it sticks around, it ain't gonna be $29 for long.
All right. Yvonne in the live chat has a question here. It says, I booked the last minute trip. Let's see. Art of Animation was the only one available. It's for September. Just found out last night that Animal Kingdom Lodge became available at almost the same price. Granted, I'm going from a suite to a Savannah View. Well, okay. Well, I thought you were going to say standard view. Say Savannah View. Okay. Now we're talking though. I quickly changed my reservation to Animal Kingdom Lodge. I've always wanted to stay there, but couldn't justify the price. I'm shocked that the price wasn't that much more than Art of Animation this time. Have I been missing out that this is normal? Not complaining, just feel like I've been missing out on prior trips. I've always assumed the deluxe were way out of my league on price. All right. Talk to her about that, Pam. What do you say?
No, yeah. The difference between Art of Animation Suite and the Wilderness Lodge and the Animal Kingdom Lodge in certain room types, depending on what you're staying at, really is not that big of a leap. And the other thing that sort of comes into play is if there's any kind of discount, the way Disney discounts usually work is you're going to save up to, let's say 25%, right? Which is the one we have right now that's available for select dates. So you're going to save up to 25%. And what that typically means is resorts in the deluxe category are going to be saving that 25%, or the deluxe and the deluxe villas will be saving that higher percentage. But as you move down the different categories that Disney has in terms of resorts, to moderate resorts. Let's say that the moderate resorts are only going to save 20%. And let's say the value resorts, which Art of Animation is only going to save 10 or 15%. Mm-hmm. So it just depends. Every discount is different. And I can't tell you that that's the Bible of discounts, but I will say that that is typically how it happens. So when you compare Art of Animation getting a 10% discount to Animal Kingdom Lodge, which gets a 25% discount, that can help that price as well. Mm-hmm. So there it is. And yes, you are missing out.
Right?
So.
Right. I mean, because the thing is, in the family suites at Art of Animation, what you're paying for is the size of the accommodation, right? You have a room that is very unique. There's not a lot of places on property you can sleep 6, 2 bathrooms. You got Skyliner access over there, which is a perk. That's definitely a perk. But I mean, I'm telling you, when you go over to and I think we're in a really unique situation, right? Because nobody was booked for September because you couldn't book it until last week, I believe. It's been like 10 days or so. So the thing was, the inventory was there. That's kind of the problem a lot of times we run into with discounts, right? You have to have X amount of inventory to even hit a discount, because say, you're booked and you say, oh man, the discount came out. Well, if it's completely booked, basically you can't get the discount, because technically what you're doing is like rebooking. You're booking an available discounted room. And so that's just one of those situations where right now is kind of the perfect storm for Animal Kingdom Lodge, because it's just now coming back into the inventory, and there's probably a lot of availability where, next September, will this be the case? Probably not. And, if you've always dreamed about it, God, this is the greatest opportunity, because you're going to savor every moment, especially because I thought she was going to say Savannah room, right? Or standard room,
right?
From because that's where you'd be like, oh, well, I was in a suite and I'm in a standard. If you're in a Savannah, I'm telling you, there is nothing. I was explaining this to somebody. Well, we were talking about on the live show this past Sunday night. Eric called in and we're talking resort choices. And the thing about Animal Kingdom Lodge that's hard to describe to people is it's not like a super deluxe, like a Ritz-Carlton kind of experience. But what it is, the reason it's a deluxe experience to me is that it is a super unique experience. It is it's super nice. Don't get me wrong. The rooms are nice. The amenities are nice. The on-site dining. But where else can you sit on your balcony literally and watch, zebras and giraffe? And they are literally 100 feet from your balcony. It's crazy. It's such a unique experience that everybody should do it once. Even if you do it like one or 2 nights at the end of a trip.
And plan extra time at the resort. You are not going. I will just say, I use my balcony when I'm at that resort more than I use it in any other resort. Really and truly, I honestly use my balcony more there than I do when I'm staying like at the Contemporary looking at the castle, or at the Polynesian looking at the castle. There is something really unique and wonderful about those views, and you're going to want to spend some time at the resort.
Right. The balcony at Animal Kingdom Lodge reminds me of a veranda on a Disney cruise, because you are going to get to see some really cool stuff. And it's not just a place to throw your swimsuit, I hate when people do that on the rail. No, if you do, I'm just saying, but hey, it doesn't gotta look like a laundromat. We don't have to have like the wire out on your balcony. Anyway. Okay. Karen's got a question in the inbox. She says, back at Disney feedback. So she's got some feedback also from Friday's show. She says, tuning back in to catch up the shows and the news now on things that got rolling again. Totally with you on your Trapper John reference, by the way. She says, I'm starved for worthy opponents in MASH trivia. Because remember I mentioned Trapper John? I can't remember why I did, but I did last Friday. She says, do you think fast passes are permanently out? Makes me a little nervous about standing in lines. Granted, I haven't been since 2017. We're supposed to go this year, but bumped it to 2022. The park reservation thing makes me a little nervous too, especially when I think about trying to snag a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. If I only reserve studios for one day and I don't get a boarding pass that day, I'm sunk. I'm almost thinking to reserve the studios for 2 days to increase my chances, and then try to count on park hopping to Epcot and not reserve that park. I don't know. Head spinning makes me a little crazy. You guys are the best. Karen, she says, not a Karen, in College Station, Texas. So, there's just certain names, like the digital assistant names. You probably don't want to have. I know people have those names, but like every time somebody says your name, it's probably like, it's 12:32 a.m. It's like it's crazy. Anyway, so. Yeah, Karen, that's funny. And Giga Maggies. Okay, so let's see. First of all, I don't think fast passes are permanently out. If I had to guess, we're going to get something like Max Pass when it comes back. I don't know. We don't know, Pam, but I bet you there will be some kind of virtual queues. The last thing they want is you standing in lines, because you are clogging stuff up and you're not, buying stuff in the stores, you're not dining. You're kind of just, not doing anything. They don't want that. I mean, what do you think about that? Or your thoughts there?
I think it's all very interesting. I know that people are very passionate about this on both sides. And I think that in the end, I'm content to trust Disney on this one and see where they take me. The situation is very different than when they introduced FastPass for the first time, right? We're just in a different circumstance, a different time. And I think it'll be really interesting to see where we go from where we are right now. I used FastPass to my advantage, and I know that we had many guests who were very happy with FastPass, that they were looking forward to being able to know that they had 3 rides that their family really wanted to experience, that they'd be able to experience with little to no wait. And that was important to them. And I absolutely, I see that. There are people who may have been more experienced with, the system prior to having FastPass, who feel like they would like to see, it continue the way it has. I think at some point, though, we will see some kind of virtual queue. And whether that is FastPass, whether that is MaxPass, or whether it's something else that they totally dream up, I'm interested to see where we go with it. And I know, like, having a new system is anxiety, provoking to folks, right? Because it's a whole nother system that they have to learn. But I will tell you, the park reservation system is not that much different than the FastPass system used to be. You're still planning to be in one park at a specific time. And this, I think that your strategy in terms of having 2 chances at Hollywood Studios and counting on hopping to Epcot is a good one.
And I think that's the thing, right, Ricky, is that, I've been really scared about that, that same situation with Rise. Like, I will make 3 and they're hard to get. So like, if you can get them right away, those are like golden, to have those 3, if say you're down there for 6-7 days, you're going for a week. I'll put 3 days on Rise or on that's Freudian slip, right? Rise the Resistance to Hollywood Studios, so that if I don't make it on day 1, I can go for day 2, because chances are I can probably, if I get Rise on the first day of my Hollywood Studios experience, which I shouldn't say that out loud. I'm not even gonna say it out loud. But if you get it, then say day 3 or day 4, where you put your second Hollywood Studios day, you can probably change that to either an Animal Kingdom or an Epcot. Usually those are going to be available most days.
Probably. It does depend, though.
I'm not going to get the studios late in the game. So
but I have seen it's been a lot more difficult to change, day of. So that may be one of those situations where you have a park hopper, and then that way you can at least go to Hollywood Studios and then park hop later. So that's an option too. So that's something to consider, because I don't think it's as easy to change, not as easy as it was to maybe change fast passes or things like that back in the day. I think that changing your park reservation is definitely a little more difficult to do now, like way closer, like a couple days before than it was, with fast
But I say don't just make one Hollywood Studios. Like,
I get that.
A backup day just in case.
At least one backup day. Yeah,
I do 3. Like in 7 days, I'll do 3.
Yeah, of course.
Because the thing is, I
get it.
Studios has a lot to do either way, right?
It does. Oh, absolutely.
It's a full day, multiple day park.
100% now at this point. Like, there's so many e-tickets at Hollywood Studios that it's just ridiculous. Like, so many e-tickets. Yeah. So you definitely want to make sure that you have at least 2 to 3.
They have Whoopie pies, I think.
Not right now. They don't. They have the Wookiee cookie. Well, they have the, I don't know if the carrot cake cookie is back, but it's not considered a Whoopie pie.
Yeah. I got a Wookiee cookie, but there was hair in it. It was great.
Yeah, that's different.
Anyway, last question of the day. It's called, it's from the inbox. Says, can you be my psychic?
Oh.
Yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, it's a good show. No,
all right, good. We're done.
It says, hey, all, my family and I were so disappointed that we had to cancel our younger daughter's 3rd birthday trip last year from September 15th to the 22nd. So we rescheduled our stay for her 4th birthday with the exact same dates. Unfortunately, neither my husband nor I had given any thought last year to being there for the 50th anniversary when we rescheduled our trip. Prior to the park's closing, we were looking forward to Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, Space 220, etc., that would have been open before our 9/15 of 2020 arrival. Now it seems like there are a number of refurbishments as well as new experiences that are opening or reopening specifically for the 50th celebration. I've heard of soft openings on both rides and restaurants in the past. I know you're probably not really going to be my psychic, but what are the odds that things will actually kick off a little earlier than 10/1? Now, a second odds question. We love, and there's a lot of O's and a lot of E's, BOMA. What are the odds Jumbo House reopens? See, I like these kind of questions because and it came in just less than a week ago. This wasn't something from like forever ago. We are actually scheduled to stay at a Savannah room in the DVC side for our special birthday trip, but have been emotionally preparing myself that we may wind up at Kidani instead. Thanks for your help. I always enjoy listening to the question shows, but really love hearing the answers to these questions. Marina. Well, first of all, guess what? Jumbo's going to be open. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And you know what? I think BOMA's going to be open. Yeah, I think. Maybe.
I mean, who knows what kind of way it's open, though? I mean, they may do the family style meal at this point. So who knows?
Will. But I mean, I think it'll be Jico. I bet you Jico will be open for sure. I would probably say Jico.
They haven't really been opening a lot of the signature ones though yet.
I think they will there. I don't know. I don't know. Dude, seriously, I have no idea. But I would say if I had to put, and I'm cheap, if I had to put a $10 bet on it, I would say, yes, I will totally bet $10 on Jico being open. BOMA's a little bit more of a challenge because of it being a buffet. But I think they can get creative because it's pretty popular and it's a big hotel. Pam, okay, thoughts on that real quick, because then we'll jump into closing out with the 10/1 stuff, because I think that's a unique situation. What do you think about Animal Kingdom Lodge restaurants?
I think that they've been slow in opening up the signature restaurants. So I think it'll be, I think they need another restaurant open there. I will say that. And I think Mara needs to be open consistently all the time. I think right now we're still only seeing it for breakfast, right? Oh. I don't think that it's open for lunch and
dinner too. I think it's breakfast and lunch or dinner. It's open for 2 of the 3.
I think that we'll need to have it open the whole time.
Yeah, totally. When the hotel opens, yeah.
Yeah. So golly. And when you think about it too, here's the thing. I don't think BOMA, especially when we're going to look at there's still spacing folks at the restaurants, right? BOMA to me doesn't feel like that huge of a restaurant. It's open. It's very open. Mm-hmm. But I don't think of it as having that many tables. Maybe I'm just not thinking of it right. The other thing that they could always open up is Victoria Falls, which they have been good about opening up many of the lounges and maybe serving some food there too. So if I had to put my money on it, I would put it on Victoria Falls and say that I think we'll see the lounge open.
What do you? Okay,
that's my $10. That's my $10, Mike.
Yeah, I just think. Well, I think from a serving standpoint, Jico's easy. I know it's a signature, but it's a straight restaurant. I think the buffet thing, especially at BOMA, is a challenge because they had so many. What made BOMA was how the variety. Right? I mean, sure. Family style, you definitely have to condense into probably your most popular.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's easy to do when you go from 25 to maybe 12, right? Mm-hmm. I think at BOMA, you're probably going from 60 items that people like. How do you figure out what 12 out of those 60? Yeah, I think everybody goes to BOMA.
Start with the zebra domes,
and then you work backwards. And then you work your way down. And if they did not have zebra domes, I mean, you thought the riots for noodles was bad? Forget it. The riots for zebra domes.
The Disney will flip out.
Yes, exactly.
Well, do you think people on social media would get upset? No, I never have.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so I hate to be the bearer of bad psychic news. Yeah. I just think that because it is the 50th anniversary, yes, and because they want to surprise and delight, a soft opening would kind of let the air out of the balloon a little bit early. I don't know, Ricky, what do you think on that?
As much as I hate to say it too, and I think under any other circumstance, they may have soft opened, but because it's the 50th, I also don't think we're going to see a soft open for Ratatouille. I mean, if that was the case, heck, I think they would have soft opened by now. You know what I'm saying? They would have soft opened. Yeah, because I mean, I think it's pretty well done. So, they really could have opened it at any time. They just chose the first because it is the 50th. So, gosh, I really don't think that they're they're going to have soft opens for that. And as far as Space 220, there is no official date yet. So we really don't know when Space 220, the guess has been October 1st, but I mean, it could open. Okay. It could open sooner rather than later. And now that I'm saying this, they're probably going to have made the announcement. Space 220 is opening in August. You're welcome. I'm just saying, because there have been signs that it is getting ready to open sooner rather than later. So yeah, it's probably going to open in August at this point, because I'm saying it now that it's not going to be open. But yeah, I'm still waiting for Space 220 like everybody else.
I'm telling you, my flight suit's it's pressed, it's ready to go. I got the shoes, everything ready. Last thing, Pam, as we close this out. So your thoughts on this, but here's what I think though, what they're going to do. They're going to do like a lot of press stuff right up to the October 1st, maybe like the 29th, 30th, because they're going to want to get the word out about this 50th celebration.
Oh gosh, yes.
As many platforms as possible. They're going to have all the news media from all, everybody that can get there. This is a kind of unique situation because usually you see journalists from Japan and, Australia and every corner of the globe. I don't know if that'll still be possible come late September, but I think it's going to be a media blitz. They're going to hold off and then bam, October 1st, they're going to be rolling for this 2-year celebration probably. What do you think?
That's what I think too. I think that the celebration is something that Disney fans are going to want to come to. And I think they are going to want to draw folks in for that, right? Really and truly, I think they will. And I think it's going to be one of those things that if you are a Disney fan or even if you're just a casual Disney fan, not a diehard Disney fan, this is going to be one of those things that you want to bring your family to because you want to be able to say, we visited during this. And you really are. You're going to experience some serious FOMO if you don't get to Walt Disney World during this celebration. That's the message that's going to be out there. You're going to see it on social media. You're going to see it through Disney. You're going to see it. You're going to hear it from us as fans. You just are. And not only are we going to be there, we're going to be sad when we're not there the rest of the time. Yep. So, I mean, it's just going to be that kind of thing. There's so many things for us to celebrate more than ever during this celebration. So it's kind of a culmination of Disney celebrating and just the world in general celebrating to get back to the business of being normal.
Agreed. So. 100%. Yeah.
But now you're making me feel terrible because I'm going solo for the October 1st trip.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that you'll go other times during the celebration. But yes.
Oh, yeah, I totally will. I'm just saying. Is I supposed to bring my family? Because I just booked that as a solo. Okay.
I did too. Don't worry.
Because I was like, we're doing podcast stuff. It's going to be fine.
Exactly. You don't need to come. Don't worry about it.
The Madhouse. You don't want to be in the Magic Kingdom on October 1st. Like, I love that stuff. You're going to be like, oh, it's crazy. It's good crazy. Anyway, yeah, great questions. And if you want to send those into the inbox, we love those. Send those to Mike@BeOurGuestPodcast.com. And thanks to everybody who hangs out with us every Monday on the live chat. We appreciate that. We record usually around 5:45 Eastern or so on Facebook and YouTube on Monday. So drop in next week. And we'd love to hang out with you. Don't forget today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'll get you down there the rest of 2021. The good news is, here's the thing. If you can't get there on October 1st, it's okay. Guess what? Ratatouille's Restaurant Adventure. I can never remember the ride. Ratatouille's
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Correct. I've never seen the movie. That's my problem.
What?
I don't watch movies.
I know you don't, but geez.
I know, because that's what I think when you say Luca, I think lives on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. I don't know the movie. Anyway, the thing is, October 1st, the ride's going to be awesome. But you know what? If you can't get down until November 2nd, still the same ride. Still going to be as awesome. Even if you go next January, still the same ride. Going to be just as awesome. It doesn't get, things. Pirates of the Caribbean. Is it just as awesome now as in the 70s? Absolutely. Maybe more awesome. You got Red there now. Bossing people around. Things get better. All right. So anyway, you want to go down, we're going to take care of it. Disney Cruise Line. Hey, we can book all the way through September. No, not September, December now of 2022. My brain's got to get reprogrammed. Things are changing so fast. It's hard to keep up. You want to do Halloween on the high seas in 2022? That's in play right now. The Christmas cruises, those are in play. I can't believe we're talking about Christmas 2022, but it is available. And remember, booking cruises, the earlier you get in, the better price you get and the better stateroom selection you get. So just swing by the Magic for Less. All that information's there, themagicforless.com. Fill out the quote form while you're there. We promise we'll take great care of you. Even if it's just a conversation to see if this could possibly work. We'll run some numbers, availability. We'll have the discussion. We'll get rolling for you. So check them out over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. If you didn't get your fill on Prime Days the past couple of days, it still works. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Amazon. And finally, thank you to our patrons for supporting all this stuff, all these great questions, all these psychic predictions. Yes. Yes, Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House will be open. That's because of our patrons. They power our psychic abilities. Thank you for doing that. And you also get that Mike in the Midwest every Thursday as well. If you want information on the Patreon, just visit patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Follow us on social media and Instagram and Twitter on BeOurGuestMike and at BeOurGuestPod. And of course, YouTube and Facebook for all the live video information. And also Sunday night we'll be together again, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, Facebook and YouTube, you, me, and Scotty G, and we'll take your phone calls. All right, we're going to get out of here. We'll be back again on Friday. And guess what? On Friday, we're talking ice cream. It's the first official week of summer. It's the first Friday of summer on Friday. And what better? We have a rule around our house. Every Friday we get ice cream. So that's what we're talking about.
Nice.
In the world or here. Sometimes
I like this rule.
Sometimes it's Silky, sometimes it's Andy's. We don't care. We get ice cream every Friday, and we're going to talk about ice cream this Friday. So be back with us right there. Until then, for Pam and Ricky, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Wednesday. Time to get back to work, and we'll see you real soon. Joe Laszlo never lets me down. He wants to know when the All-Stars reopen.
I love Joe. Sorry, Joe. No idea.
He said, not that I'm asking. Though.
I know, it's so funny. I would like it, actually. It would help my life. 1920.
It's true though. I mean,
open them all up.
The
poor
poor
All-Stars.
The poor All-Stars. Nobody wants to be at them. No. Well, I mean, people want to be at them.
Well, no, I think
when I'm there, I like them.
Music and movies, I like.
Yes.
Sports needs to be updated to the newer room configuration, in my opinion. Again, it's something that some people hate and some people love.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, John McEnroe is like, what they have decorations. Like they were old when that place had to have opened.
I mean, the Mighty Ducks, hockey team doesn't even exist anymore.
There's a new Mighty Ducks.
Yes, but the hockey team that it was that they based the resort off of doesn't even exist anymore. The movie and the
Ducks had the best logo is the one they still have at All-Star Sports. That like hockey mask looked like a duck bill.
Yes,
that might have been one of the best logos ever in sports.
That is good, but
And the McDonald's, yes. Joe cracked me up.
Oh yeah, I think McDonald's did reopen. Actually,
I think it did. Yeah, it's totally rebuilt, right?
Yeah, they redid it. Yeah, I think it's got like solar panels to like.
I think you have.
I've only eaten there once, and I swear it was with Mike. I think we went there for breakfast after our cruise.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
You probably did. I go there quite often, but I think with the new one, like it's renewable energy. Like you got to get on an exercise bike, and that's how they make your fries.
Okay, I don't think that's.
You got to get enough energy to fire up the fryer.
Got it.
I see.
That'd be a great idea.
Got it.
Nope, you got 32 minutes to go for your
small
Your
fry.
McGriddle is going to take 25 minutes.
1 hour.
Can you imagine if instead of the menu having prices, it says Big Mac, 2 hours, 47 minutes on that bike. You'd be like, I don't want a Big Mac. Give me the Happy Meal. I'm not giving the Big Mac. I'm an idiot. I run every morning. Okay. So I can eat crap like that. Probably shorten my life. Because when I was in the hospital, I told them, they're like, well, because I was in there for like 3 days and they're talking to me about what I eat and stuff. I'm like, I eat this, I eat this, I eat this. Like, you run a lot, right? Because that was the thing. I kept asking about my heart rate because it was so low. My resting heart rate's like in the 40s. And they're like, that's too low. I'm like, I run a lot. They're like, why do you run? So I can eat stuff. They're like, that's not how it works. So like, you can't just eat garbage because you run. Like, that's not how the whole system works.
Bradycardia, your resting heart rate's too low. Mine's always too low as well. Yeah. It's funny, but I do not. We walk, but I do not run the time that you do.
They were not letting me. I had to stay an extra 36 hours because of that crap. They had to do all. They had to draw my blood every 2 hours for like 12 hours. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, I'm good. I think. I hope. My Apple Watch never, tells me I'm bad.
Your Apple Watch cannot detect.
I don't know. It's like they tell people when their heart gets going that the Apple Watch will let them know. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, let's talk ice cream. Where to get ice cream? Where's the best? Where's the places? And you could talk about that. What's it called? Salt and Smoke.
Salt and smoke?
No, that's the barbecue place here. That's the barbecue place.
Salt and straw.
And straw.
Not
Yeah, dude.
smoke.
Well, that's the barbecue place on Main Street. Salt and why is it called straw?
Salt and straw. Turkey and the straw. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, dude, ice cream. I get like it's salt. It should be salt and sweet.
No. Salt and straw.
Anyway.
Well, maybe because like you don't expect straw to be an ice cream.
Well, I mean, hold on.
Like olives, they're called salt and olives.
I mean, well, yeah, that's true. There's salt and olives. Our story. Hang on. Let's see if they tell us why they're called salt and straw.
Yeah.
I'll throw it to you. Let's start the show because I'm hungry.
Okay. All right.
1922. Here we go. Welcome to episode 1922 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you had a very productive week and had some fun at work. It's always fun to have fun at work. You know, I try to do that each and every day. I work from home, as Pam probably knows. I have theme days. You know, today as we're recording, it's Mizzou Day in the office. I sent out the memo late last night, so I don't know if the whole staff got it. I got to go check upstairs, but hey, I got it, so we are good. So have fun where you work, and it makes your Fridays even more awesome, and get ready for a great weekend. So today, I told you this on Wednesday, we have a tradition in my household, speaking of theme days, on Fridays. Not only do we always get, this is the one day that I get my sit-down Mexican dinner. That's what I look forward to all week. It's like, you know, I'm like a 6-year-old. Mike, if you work hard all week, you can get Mexican on Friday night after work. Okay, so I work hard all week, but Friday nights, we also get ice cream. It could be Dairy Queen, could be Silky's, could be Andy's, could be any place around here. But today, we're talking about the ice cream of ice creams. We're talking about ice cream at Walt Disney World. I mean, you're at the best place on the planet, and you're eating one of the, you know, gifts from God. It's ice cream of all sorts. So we're talking about that. We're kicking off the weekend the right way. And this is how you get into the weekend. If you're cutting the grass right now or running, I am so sorry. But you know what? That's why you run. So you can slam 4 scoops of ice cream.
According to Mike.
That's I'm telling you. That's why you runners, you know it's true. You're not out there because it looks cool to be out there running. We all picture ourselves looking like, some fast runner, and actually we're struggling. We all struggle. But hey, we're gonna have ice cream later. Anyway, joining me today, we have Ricky from themouseforless.com. Ricky, how's the ice cream scene down in Georgia? How do you rate that compared to St. Louis?
Well, in St. Louis, I do love myself some custard, and they're not real, like, I can get custard here now because there are big chains that are here. So you have a Culver's and we have a Freddy's. And so if I want custard, I'm going to those places because that's like where I can get custard. There are a few ice cream places here. There's a big one called Brewster's, which is okay to me. I would much rather go get custard. So, I mean, there's a few places. Some places do like the rolled ice cream. I haven't had that yet. I mean,
it's overrated like Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, agreed. Which we've discussed. Dippin' Dots are overrated. So I don't know. The ice cream here is okay. I miss St. Louis ice cream though. I do very much miss like St. Louis ice cream, but at least I can get custard here now, so I'm all good.
Right, I forgot that mostly what we call ice cream, and like at least where we grew up, is custard. Like Fritz's frozen custard.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I equate as ice cream. Yeah. So but here it's actually ice cream, and it's mostly Brewster's, and I don't usually go there for ice cream. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll say that we're hitting that demographic down in the South. All right. Now we're headed to Pennsylvania. We have Pam Forrester, co-owner of the Magic for Less. How would you rate your ice cream scene in Pittsburgh?
So we have some good ice cream flavors, really and truly. We have, in my local area, we have something called Churn, which is a location where they have some really unique flavors and lots of flavors with add-ins. They are a place that like sort of posts their menu online each day, and it sort of get updated. I like that. I like places like that. We have some great ice cream places down in downtown Pittsburgh in the Strip and in Oakland near where the colleges are and things like that. So we have a good ice cream scene here. Hannah and Steve love ice cream. We have a Brewster's here too. They like that as well. because they actually, when you get cookie dough, there's a lot of cookie dough in it. Or when
okay. So I don't think I've had Brewster's cookie dough, so I may need to go get that.
So try that
language. Yes, I love some cookie dough and ice cream.
All right, that may be what I go do tonight.
They also have they usually have a coconut flavor or two, which is, you know, so we like this too. But yeah, we have an ice cream scene here for sure.
Sounds good. And Dan in the live chat, he says rolled ice cream is nothing like Dippin' Dots. I didn't know, they're totally two different things. I'm just saying,
for sure,
both overrated. Yeah, just give me some custard in a cup with some stuff in it. Oh, a concrete. Anyway, forget, we're talking about, you know, this isn't a show about St. Louis, you know, Fritz's Frozen Custard. That's not brought to you by them, even though they did start it and they went to my church. Which is popular here. But and it was an A&W back in the day that I used to ride my bike to all the time. Anyway, let's talk about, that's Mike in the Midwest right there, guys. You want to know what Mike in the Midwest is? That's Mike.
That's Mike in the Midwest.
Fritz's, I mean, that is exactly, I could talk for 30 minutes and that's a show. But today we're talking Walt Disney World ice creams, and we got all kinds of different varieties of ice cream down there. But you know, I don't think we have anywhere, now that you say that, is there anywhere that serves frozen custard at Walt Disney World? I don't think there is. Nowhere.
No,
dude,
it's all ice cream.
Opportunity missed. I'm going to start a frozen custard place at Springs.
Yeah, I mean, but the problem is that so many people don't, like you said, you know, they don't think custard is different than ice cream, but it totally is. I mean,
it's so much better. It's smooth.
It's so much better. Yeah.
It's like sleeping on silk sheets, even though I've never slept on silk sheets, but I could imagine that's probably what it's like compared to ice cream. Like you got Kmart sheets and then silk sheets. That's the difference between ice cream and frozen custard. I'm guessing. I don't know. Anyway, so let's talk about, okay, let's just give our favorite place. Like if you could go right now, it's Friday. Tonight we get to go eat ice cream at one place at Walt Disney World. Doesn't have to be the best ice cream. Overall experience. Pam, where are you getting your ice cream? You get one shot tonight. Where are you going?
So I'm going to go to France and L'Artisan de Glace and have that because they put your ice cream in a brioche bun and heat it all up and put some kind of topping on it. And I don't know that it gets much better than that, really and truly. Like the raspberry topping is really good. You know, there's some good stuff there for sure. And I like it. I like it out of the, you know, it's out of the ordinary. It just really, really is. It's something you don't get everywhere. And I love that. I really do. So,
you know, first of all, I'm glad you took that one because I can't say that name. I just call it La is the ice cream place in France because I can't even get close to saying that. But it is a great place. And the thing is it still a hidden secret? You know, I think all of us listening to the podcast know that's the place to go in France to get ice cream. But do you think the regular guest, Ricky, what do you say? I mean, do you think the regular guest knows there's an ice cream place back there? Because like it took me a long time to go back into the World Showcase pavilions, like that far back.
You know, I honestly don't know that a lot of people know that a bunch of that stuff is back in the France pavilion. You know, there is the bakery back there too, which I don't think a lot of people really explore that section of France. So you're right. I think that a lot of people miss the fact that there is an ice cream parlor back there, which it's a really good one. I've been back there for ice cream before and it's delicious. So they have a really good pumpkin ice cream during the fall, as well as they had a really good, it was an apple cinnamon type ice cream as well. So yeah, I would definitely suggest L'Artisans de Glaces.
No, see, now you're showing off because I can't say.
See, I know, right? Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing though. So Pam mentioned like she likes the place in Pittsburgh that has, because you kind of, when you talk about that, Pam, it reminds me of a place we have near us called Crumble Cookies. Like they make.
Yes.
Yeah,
Crumble is my favorite place to go.
It's less than a mile from my house. Again, dangerous, right?
I hate you so much. It is so far from my house.
Pam gets them all the time. And dude, they stick around because you can't, they're too big to eat. Like you got like little corners and stuff. Anyway, like they have a different variety every week. Like they come up with like 5 flavors a week. Is the place in France? I'm going to try to pronounce it. Do they switch their flavors quite often, or are they a constant menu? Because I don't go there that often.
No, they do switch their flavors
Oh,
because sometimes they'll have certain things. I don't know if they switch them all the time, but I know at different times, like there's been something in particular that I really want to get and it's not on the menu. And like Ricky mentioned, at different times, especially they'll have a seasonal flavor, right? Because I feel like there's like a peppermint sometimes
Yeah.
at the holidays, there's a pumpkin, like Ricky mentioned. I think in the summers they have different ones too. So it's worth it. And they have not only like a raspberry sort of topping, but also a chocolate topping, and different things go better with depending on the ice cream, choice that you make. So
good. What about you, Ricky? You get to go one place to have ice cream tonight. Tough call. Where are you going?
It is a tough call. And I think I am going to go with an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to go with Beaches and Cream. I mean,
yes.
I know. I'm sorry. How can you skip Beaches and Cream? It's so good. They have the famous No Way Jose, which is definitely one of my favorite treats to get, which is, of course, chocolate and peanut butter and all kinds of deliciousness and chocolate and peanut butter, or chocolate and vanilla ice cream
in there. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. Oh.
Yes. So it's amazing. It's delicious. And I am 100% in on that. Plus they have like ginormous bowls for you to eat, which may or may not have gone home with me in a purse. I'm just saying. So, not the bowl, the ice cream. The ice cream.
Did you just steal a bowl? I'm like,
I realized how that sounded. I was like, wait a minute, not the bowl. Not the bowl. Disney security will be calling me.
How do you bring home ice cream? For real.
Right. And just like that, Ricky got banned.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So not from a cucumber.
I was saying, you also take it, were you on Living with the Lamb this week?
Right.
Nope, not me. I promise. Not me. So yeah. But I mean, they have so many great options at at Beaches and Cream that I'm going with Beaches and Cream.
And old like fountain like favorites too, like banana splits, and then like they have like a strawberry shortcake and just like a brownie with ice cream on it. But you know what? There's something about heating up that brownie and putting ice cream on it, that really sort of make it so much more appealing.
I think that's it too about ice cream parlors and places. It's not just about the ice cream. For me, it's about, we have a place in St. Louis called Happy Joe's. It's a pizza place with like a little corner ice cream little place inside of it. And it just feels like a little old, experience to go get your ice cream. It's an average ice cream, but it's the whole experience. And that's why I like my place, which still isn't open, which I'm going to say that again. It still isn't open.
Yes.
It's not open. You know how these
Still
things have been working lately. The Plaza Ice Cream Parlor on Main Street, USA. There's just something about the Plaza. It has a very compact, limited menu. It's pretty simple stuff. The All-American Sundae, basically, it's kind of like the same ingredients that Ricky was talking about in the No Way Jose. It's peanut butter, it's ice cream, it's chocolate drizzle with some peanut butter chips, some chocolate chips. But the thing is, it's the whole, and you can get like little brownie sundaes. Kids can get little, things that look like Mickey Mouse with Oreo ears and stuff. There's probably only 6-8 things on the menu. It's not a lot, which makes it quick to get in and out. But it's a cute little place. It's right there in the corner of Main Street, USA. And on top of that, when you walk out with your ice cream, you are on Main Street, USA. So you can sit on a bench, on a curb. You can go into the hub. And I mean, you're eating ice cream, looking at Cinderella Castle with background music playing of all the movies you grew up with. I mean, there's just really nothing better. And the prices are pretty good. I always would leave, when I leave the Magic Kingdom, I always leave with an All-American Sundae in my hand. Now I can't do that right now. So what I want to do in the next kind of round is give places that maybe people don't know serve ice cream. Say you're looking for ice cream in a pinch. And this is what I've had to do the last couple times at the Magic Kingdom. I've had to go to Anti-Gravity's back in Tomorrowland. Now they don't have a lot of ice cream, but they do have a chocolate sundae. No, I mean, you know what? I mean, Pam mentioned this on Wednesday. We take what we can get these days. It's not perfect, but I mean, I was at the Magic Kingdom eating a chocolate sundae. Boo-hoo, Mike. You didn't get your All-American sundae. Life's rough, right? No, it was fine. It was actually really good. I think I had a brownie in the bottom of it too. So life was good. So in a pinch, I went back to Anti-Gravity's, kind of right under the People Mover there. Good stuff. It worked. You sat there and I breathed the fumes from the Tomorrowland Speedway, and all was good. So that was my in a pinch ice cream place. People might know. You probably know about it. You probably don't think about it that much. So Ricky, what about you? Where's some place that serves ice cream maybe we don't always consider? Oh, I can't hear you. Pam, can you hear?
I cannot.
I muted myself. Okay, I'm unmuted now. I am going to go with Tamu Tamu Refreshments, which is at Disney's Animal Kingdom. That's kind of one of the biggest things that I think is really missing from Animal Kingdom is a really good ice cream place. And I don't know why, because it's so ungodly hot there. But Tamu Tamu does have some choices in ice cream. They don't have like a lot of choices. And they mostly have Dole Whip, which is really good. But they do have a warm brownie sundae. They also have an ice cream cookie sandwich. So they do kind of vary their ice cream, though. So it's not always going to be the same thing, but that's kind of what's there right now. So Tamu Tamu is certainly something that you should consider when walking around Animal Kingdom, and you really need some sort of sweet treat. That's ice cream. So that's
where is Tamu Tamu? Because I always get the names of places mixed up in Animal Kingdom.
It is in the Africa section on the way when you're walking towards Kilimanjaro Safaris. If you're
right?
on the right hand side.
So it's kind of across from Tusker House. Or kind of Catty Corner from Tusker House then.
Yes.
Or Kitty Corner, whatever it's called.
Yes.
People call it Kitty Corner, whatever. It's kind of diagonal.
Yes.
Okay. Because I want to try these places out, man. I'm all about ice cream this summer.
Yes.
So I want to try out the places I don't always go to. I've never been there and had ice cream. So, and Lord knows at Animal Kingdom, you need ice cream. It's so hot there.
So hot.
You see the day we're recording today, the heat index was 108.
Oh, ouch.
I hope you just slamming ice creams and waters, one in each hand. Anyway. All right, Pam, what about you? Where's kind of a hidden place to get ice cream you like?
So we all walk past this so many times. Sometimes it's not open. Sometimes you just don't think about it. But Hollywood Scoops there in Hollywood Studios. It's actually down. You're going to be heading towards Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror is going to be right in front of you. And to the left is Hollywood Scoops. And it's also on the way to Rock and Roller Coaster. But it's sort of in that area where there's a couple different quick service locations, right? And it sort of blends into that. There's not specifically a seating area for that, but there's seating all around it. And the reason you may want to stop here is because they have, first of all, hand-scooped ice cream in a few different flavors there. But they also have something like the brownie sundae, an ice cream sundae, which is really just sort of an old-fashioned sundae, right? And they have the chocolate peanut butter explosion shake. Ooh. Ricky, this sounds like it's right up your alley.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yeah, lots of good stuff there. But stop there. They also have things like orange sherbet, which I don't think that a ton of places have that, right? That just seems like, I don't know, old-fashioned-y, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, with that. But they have some different, not a ton of ice cream flavors, but they have some, and you're going to be there anyways because you're walking to Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. So check that one out.
Okay, so here we got it. We got to settle this right now, real quick, because we're having this conversation in the live chat as we record the show. People are talking about Dole Whip. Lisa's talking about Dole Whip. Somebody else was talking about Dole Whip earlier. Is Dole Whip's not is it?
Mm-mm.
I guess it is ice cream because it's soft serve. But to me, I don't. If I want ice cream, I'm not thinking Dole Whip.
It's not ice cream.
But it's soft serve. Is not soft serve like considered?
Well,
ice cream? I don't know.
Right. When you do, especially when you have it with the twist, it's vanilla and the Dole Whip. And I think, a lot of people get it with the twist. So I would say like anything that sort of is frozen and cold and you sort of squirt out of the soft serve machine and it's served as such sort of gets counted as ice cream, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, it is so according to Wikipedia, which always is great to go to, Dole Whip is a soft serve dairy-free frozen dessert.
Dole Whip itself is dairy-free, but most of the twists are not. And so if we're going to eliminate it it has to be like dairy-free, then where do we fall on dairy-free ice cream? Is that not ice cream because it's dairy? not dairy, whatever. I think for most people, it's sort of the experience of it than actually whether or not it's technically ice cream. So
I consider like for the Dole Whip, it's more of I'm in the mood for something that would be akin to like a popsicle, because that citrusy kind of flavor.
Right. Yeah.
As opposed to if I want ice cream, I want that dairy.
Right.
That's me, right? Yeah. Like that's why I like custard. It's thick. It's
it's definitely thick, all right. And that's got eggs in it, so that's definitely
right.
I mean, yeah.
The ice cream on Main Street. Okay, some other place. So first of all, I want to go through this, and then we're just going to go through and name some places that serve ice cream just to put them on your radar. So maybe you'll think about that kind of in a speed round. But the reason we brought this show up, not only is it the first Friday of summer, 2021, get your ice cream tonight wherever you live, is that there's a new ice cream place. We had the new place open in the Boardwalk just about a month ago now. Thank you. Not Apple Hills, but I'm thankful for what I get. It's kind of the theme of the last couple of shows. We're thankful for what we get, but we have a new place going to Disney Springs called the Salt and Straw. And apparently they have some wild combinations when it comes to ice cream choices there. So Ricky, I know you were looking this up. Salt and Straw. What do we know about this new ice cream location coming to? I believe it's on the west side, right? Is it going to be where Ample Hills was going to be? That's what I'm guessing, right?
They haven't officially shared, or at least not as of this recording, where it's going. They did say it's going to Disney Springs. If I had to guess, I would assume it's going probably where Ample Hills was supposed to go, because they were already going to be building an ice cream parlor there anyway. So basically, Salt and Straw is coming to Disney Springs, though, in 2022, it looks like. It's a family-run ice cream company, and they are known for their imaginative ice cream flavors, and they use local, organic, and sustainable ingredients. They also offer seasonal flavors, and they partner with local farmers and artisans, which is kind of cool too.
This is the fanciest ice cream.
It's so fancy.
But I mean, just saying that was like, what? This is like. It sounds super fancy. Like my ice cream, just give me a cow, make it cold and let's put some chocolate on it. That's about it.
Yes. So they offer traditional flavors like chocolate gooey brownie and double fold vanilla, but they offer unique flavors too, like strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper. So I mean, they definitely offer some unique options. And Mike, we talked about where does the name come from. So, because we had this discussion, and it's because it takes a bucket of ice, some rock salt, and elbow grease. So salt lowers the freezing point of water to make it freeze cream. And then when the ice cream is all done and it's packed in layers of insulated hay or straw to harden in a cool place. Ooh. So that's where they ended up doing it when they created their ice cream. So that's why it is Salt and Straw. So there's the answer.
Shout out to Rob at our live chat. He has a Salt and Straw across the street from his job where he is at right now. He says, "Thank you. I'll be at Salt and Straw in 90 seconds."
I'm so jealous. I want to try it so bad.
Yes. So good.
So you probably haven't, Ricky, because you are slightly younger than Pam and I. At my great grandparents, Pam, we made homemade ice cream. Like we had this bucket. It was like a wooden bucket, and it had the thing you had to crank and put the salt in. I mean, that's exactly. Have you made ice cream? We did.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing, like I remember when Han was little, we actually ordered, there was this thing you could order from LL Bean. It was a round thing. You had to put the salt into it and then it did it. And it was a ball that you kind of rolled around. So that was supposed to be like the fun part of it too. But I did it when I was younger, and we did it with Hannah when she was younger too. So
now you have been to Salt and Straw, though, right?
I have. Yes, I have.
What do you think? Give people a little preview of what might come to Disney Springs.
So it has some really unique flavors. And I think the advice I'll give people when you're there is try it. If it sounds slightly appealing, then just go ahead and try it. Just like when you're in Universal, there's some flavors in Florian Fortescue's ice cream place, which is their ice cream place in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, that have some unique flavors. Mm-hmm. And people at first weren't really sure about them, but I think they tried them and they really like them. So here's some of the ones that I think are really interesting. Pear and blue cheese. Now, this is a combination that you see. I know, right?
What?
I know.
You're hurting my relationship with ice cream.
But but think about it. Pear and blue cheese are something that those things are paired together in a lot of different ways, like in salads frequently, or if you're on a cheese board, the pear and the blue cheese. But there's something about it, and I think you should try it. This is one that probably a lot more people will be open to trying. Cold brew coffee and cashew praline. I mean, those sound good together, right? That's going to go together really well. But I think the thing that you just have to do is sort of suspend what you think about in terms of it. Before you can find sea salt like on everything now, right? Chocolate, caramel, ice cream, everything like that. But before that was sort of the mainstay of it, right? People were like, what do you mean you're putting salt on fill in the blank, right? So just suspend your ideas about what ice cream should be and try something different. I think that there's a lot of room to experiment there. And everything that we tried was really good. So
are they known for like big cones, like waffle type cones? Do they have the thing I liked about Ample Hills? No kidding. And I know I was an advocate for it, and they had great ice cream. But the thing I enjoyed the most was that they had that flight. And it was
that was a good thing.
You get like 6 scoops of ice cream for like $10. And the thing was, that was a great way to sample things that I wasn't sure about, because they had weird names, like, she sells seashells down by the seashore. Like, what's that taste like? That doesn't tell me what it tastes like,
right.
You try it. So I would imagine they have something like that, being so eccentric in their flavors, right? Where you could sample things maybe.
I do not remember there being a sampler. I really don't. I just remember there being scoops, but you could get them in a waffle cone, or you could put them in. They also had, pints that you could take away. I can see Mike grabbing a pint and taking it back to his room.
Right.
Also needs a spoon.
Right. Walking on the way home to do it. So yeah, but I do not remember there being a sampler at all.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, because the thing is, who knows? Because, it's Disney Springs is a very touristy area. Maybe it'll be a little bit different. Who knows? But I'm excited for that. More, you have it in your area, Pam, so you're lucky, but like, I've never heard of that. And I love trying places that I've never had in my local area. So I'd even go to Brewster's. I never heard of that. So I have to go to your places. You guys both have those.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You do.
Okay. So places to get solid ice cream that you're not thinking of. I'm throwing out my first one, which is not open right now. Well, I don't know if it is. Well, I know 50's prime time is, but the peanut butter and jelly milkshake, I say it a lot.
Tuna Lounge.
That is the highlight of ice cream at Walt Disney. That's even better than the All-American Sundae. It is just like, it's like, drinking nectar of the gods through the straw. It is so good. When it's hot, I mean, I used to make Paige or Mallory, whoever, we were waiting for the fireworks at the studios on a hot summer night. I'd just be like, you know what? You have charging privileges on your Magic Band. Go get your dad a milkshake at Tune In Lounge and then come back and I'll hold our spot. They were so good. So if you get an opportunity to ever get one of those, that's kind of a place you don't think of getting ice cream, but that's some of the best ice cream you get in the form of a shake. So what about you, Pam? Like, let's just rapid fire some places to get ice cream.
So I think one of the things that a lot of people don't think about, but is available, is a lot of the resorts that have food courts also have like a gelato area. Yeah. I know. So like Pop Century did. And I think that some of the other moderates do too. I want to say Port Orleans, one, if not both of them, have that. But so make sure that you check out where, what your resort actually has, because their gelato is good. It really is. It's tasty. And it's just, it's something fun to do back at the resort. After you come back home, I think that it's really cool to still have those restaurants and food courts open so you can grab a snack, be it ice cream or something else, and take it back to your room. It's a great way to end the day.
And speaking of resorts, you can always, a lot of times, go to even if like because sometimes we get back late and the ice cream place is closed at the food court. If you go to the store, typically they'll have that freezer chest where at least you can get like a Mickey bar or a Mickey ice cream sandwich. Because I'm Jones, and like if I miss the opportunity to I got to have ice cream at the end of the day when I'm at Walt Disney World. I'll be like, didn't have it. So I'll go in and, that's like your last minute chance to go get some out of the ice, like a Coronado. It wasn't, the Little Rick's to go wasn't open. And I'm like, they had all those cupcakes there earlier and I can't even get my sweet on. So I went to Panchitos there and got my Mickey ice cream sandwich, and crisis averted. All right, Ricky, what do you got?
Well, I have one of the newest places to get ice cream, and that is Gelateria Toscana, and that is at the Italy Pavilion in Epcot. It just opened about a month or so ago, and let me tell you, they have some amazing, amazing ice cream here. A lot of people get just a cup of ice cream. It's actually gelato, so differences, kind of like the difference between custard and ice cream. But it's they have regular flavors like chocolate, vanilla, pistachio, cookies and cream, strawberry, tiramisu. They have sorbetti as well, so if you want like lemon or raspberry or mixed berry, you can do that. But the thing, and getting just a cup or a cone is the most popular thing that people do. But the thing that I am going to suggest that you do, and it's so good, is they have these sundaes that you can get. And there's one that is the Fior di Latte, which is chocolate, cookies, and cream gelati, chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and amaretto cookies, which is, oh my gosh, that one is so good. There's also the Coppa Amitica. I'm going to butcher all these, and I'm so sorry. It's a fleur de latte, cookies and cream, and strawberry gelati with whipped cream. Again, really good. But my favorite was the Coppa Delicia, which is strawberry and cookies and cream gelati with strawberry sauce and whipped cream. It was such a great mix of like fruit flavors and chocolate flavors. And strawberry and chocolate go together so well. So that was honestly my favorite thing that I had while I was there. I think so. I'm absolutely going to suggest that you make a stop at Gelateria Toscana and don't just get their regular little scoop of ice cream, but get one of their sundaes. They are so good.
Okay, 2 more places I'm going to throw out in this round that you can get ice cream if you need it. Of course, and this place has stood the test of time. Ghirardelli's at Disney Springs.
Yes.
It's a nut house there. Like,
so busy.
It's been a nut house since it was downtown Disney. I mean,
yes.
It is, and it's good. I mean,
and maybe the salt and straw will help.
I think
because
so.
that's the only ice cream I think
right.
that's at Disney Springs. Yeah, so it may balance things out a little bit better too.
And that's why I'm hoping that the salt and straw opens up on the west side, because that way you don't have to hoof it all the way across to the marketplace to get some ice cream. I think that'll help. Also, I was going to mention in the Magic Kingdom again. Magic Kingdom, you should have ice cream, right? It's the Magic Kingdom, people. There's that little place in Fantasyland. I had.
That's what I was going to go with.
Okay, what is it? Friar Nook's? No, is that?
No, it's Mrs. Potts.
Mrs. Potts. Yep. Yeah. And I had a nice little sundae there, and it was a cute little sundae. It was this ice cream and hot fudge. It wasn't nothing special, but I mean,
they don't do like super I mean, it's just okay. It's not like really fancy ice cream. It's just basic stuff at Mrs. Potts.
I remember I was in the Magic Kingdom. It was just Mallory and I, because Pam had gone home at that point, and we sat there at a table across from the carousel, and it was dark. It was like twilight. It was getting dark. We're eating ice cream, sitting there with my daughter, looking at the carousel all lit up at the Magic. I mean, it's perfect.
And I forgot it got renamed. It's Storybook Treats now.
I don't care. It's the place back at Fantasyland across from.
Yeah. It got renamed, so it's Storybook Treats. But they do have, I think, and they often have a specialty.
Like a Peter Pan thing at one point.
Peter Pan thing, which again is a Dole Whip. So, but yeah, I think it's like lime flavored Dole Whip or something like that. So, yeah.
And we also had one time a purple one. I think it was during Flower and Garden. I mean, because Flower and Garden even at the Magic Kingdom, but it was like a purpley flowery thing.
I think that was the one that was themed after Tangled. I think Pam had that one.
That was it. Yep, because Elizabeth got that. And I was like, that's pretty, but just give me some vanilla with chocolate on it. I don't need to mess around. I'm not worried about the pretty. All right, Pam, what else? Some other places you might grab ice cream you're not thinking of?
So I'm going back to Aloha Isle because we had this discussion before, but there's something that people want to try there. It's actually really cool. It's called the Kakamora Float. And this actually is coconut soft serve. So I'm not going to make the call on whether or not Dole Whip is ice cream or not, but in the description here, it says that the coconut is soft serve. So that's what Disney says, right? But it's served on top of pineapple juice, and it has blue curacao syrup, and it has that cake pop. But this is, first of all, this is a visually really appealing, item, right? We've all seen it on Instagram and Facebook, the pictures of it. But it actually is really tasty. And in addition, this location, in addition to selling the pineapple options, also has the coconut Dole Whip available to have just in the cup itself. So check that out. They also have a raspberry swirl float. So they serve more than just the Dole Whip, which I think is important because people sort of have very strong opinions about Dole Whip, right?
Yes.
You either love it and can't get enough of it, or you're kind of like, not my thing, right? So stop by there and get that. If you're interested, you don't have to be interested in the Dole Whip to get that as well. The other thing I'm going to say is there is usually a location in each park where they offer a funnel cake that they'll put a slab of ice cream on or top it with ice cream. And I know this is an ice cream show, but I'm thinking like, funnel cake, ice cream together, right? Now you're going to need a big group of folks to eat this, I think, because otherwise it's totally going to sit in your stomach, right?
Or Mike and Scott. That's it, basically.
Right.
We could destroy something. Yeah.
But the one in Epcot in particular, their ice cream flavoring that they'll put on top of the funnel cake for you that rotates, right? It's seasonal. Like in the fall, they'll have pumpkin, and in the winter, they'll have other things. So that's another location that you're going to want to check out if you're looking for ice cream.
So I'm sitting here thinking, is there an ice cream location in Future World right now?
No.
Like, say I need ice cream in Future World, then I could go back to France.
No.
Is France the only place in Epcot you can get ice cream?
No, the new Gelateria Toscana.
In Italy.
Yes.
Right.
That's the only two places in the entire Epcot right now. Is there no ice cream? There's no ice cream in Sunshine Season.
Like you have kakagori, but that's not ice cream, but it is a cold treat.
Yeah, that's a cold
I think that's it. Yeah.
That's crazy. It seems like there's more options.
Yeah.
Well, you could walk right out the International Gateway and go to the
Well, that's true. Right? You got the boardwalk ice cream parlor right there now, and then you got Beaches and Cream, which also does have a walk-up window. Well, it did. I don't know that it does right now, but
I don't think it does. I think they closed it up.
They did close it.
Pre-COVID.
Oh yeah, with the pre-COVID. With the refurb.
No, it was open at first when they reopened, and then they ended up having to close.
Beaches and Cream was only open for a short period of time after that refurb, so I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. There is one more ice cream place at Animal Kingdom though that I forgot about, and then I remembered that I have eaten here before. It is at Dino Bites Snacks. So it is over in the Dinoland USA area, and it's kind of hidden, which is why I really forget that it exists, because it's next to Restaurantosaurus, but it's this little walk-up window, and I feel like there's something kind of in front of it in a weird way to kind of it kind of hides itself from people. But they do offer some unique snacks. So they have like ice cream cookie sandwiches, which I know, Mike, you love the ice cream cookie sandwiches that you can get, which of course Sleepy Hollow, do they have the ice cream cookie sandwiches right now? Or are they just funnel cakes?
I think they have the ice cream cookie sandwiches, but a couple of years ago, they had the one that were made with churros.
Yes, they did.
Greatest and worst invention of all time.
Correct.
Because they tasted so good, but they melted in like 7 seconds.
Yes.
It was great. You're just like soup.
Yes, that was a terrible idea, but good in theory, bad in execution.
Yeah, totally. They're like, churros with ice cream sandwich. Yeah, great.
Yeah, no.
Why? Yeah, good try.
So they also have cones here, scoops here, as well as a hot fudge sundae. They have floats. And then I know during the holiday season, this is what I had. They had specialty ice cream, and it was like a gingerbread cookie, I think, and it was so good. And it had or maybe it was pumpkin. It was ginger. It was I know it was one of those flavors right there. And then it was smushed with ice cream in the middle, and it was just this gigantic cookie delicious treat that if you had, and I think they have like specialty things all the time, so you might want to check them out. But it's like I said, it's this little bitty, seriously, it's a 2-window walk-up window thing, and it's really kind of hidden. So Dino Bite Snacks is definitely one you want to look for.
And make sure you ask for the proprietor of Dino Bite Snacks, JJ, right?
Stop. I got that joke. I really did. And you are such a dork.
Dino Bites.
No, stop. You're such a dork. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, still dad Father's Day week. I can still go with the dad jokes. That's allowed here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really think of any other places really to consider. I was gonna say Sleepy Hollow. That's always a solid choice, man. It's kind of an obvious one. Pam,
True.
anything else real quick that you can think of? And we'll just close out and everybody head down to Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
I know we got to contact them about sponsorship of some sort, right? I'm just gonna say that there's a good location at Typhoon Lagoon. I'm assuming there's also one at Blizzard Beach. I haven't been at Blizzard Beach nearly as often as I have Typhoon Lagoon. I think we just sort of like the theming at Typhoon a little better. But it's called Happy Landings ice cream there at Typhoon Lagoon. But the cool thing about it is they serve ice cream in a pail. Like you get a kid's pail full of ice cream. So check that one out as sort of a unique offering there at Walt Disney World for sure.
And real quick feedback from the live chat as we're recording. Caroline is at Beaches and Cream right now listening to this
so funny.
as we record. Oh, you're killing me. And let's see. Teresa Clark says the candy corn soft serve that they had at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was surprisingly good. I am anti candy corn. I think it's the grossest thing of all time. Awful. So I probably wouldn't try that, but I get, there are some people that are wrong that enjoy it. And
that's correct.
Enjoy that ice cream. Just kidding. And Tammy also says she asked about a PB&J milkshake to go from 50s 2 weeks ago. They said no can do.
Oh,
fun haters. Fun. You come on. The world needs some happiness. Throw it in a cup. Let's go.
Right?
I know, right? It's another revenue stream for them. They could just have a PB&J milkshake walk-up counter, and it would be busy all day.
Yes.
Serve it out of Gertie, right? Gertie could be.
Yes. Gertie is an ice cream parlor, and she's not open. Just open that and put
milkshake.
Put a lot of blenders in the back.
Yes.
And get them going.
That's a great idea. Disney, hello. We're giving you good ideas here.
I forget the boarding group for Rise of Resistance. Gertie with PB&J milkshakes. That's the thing.
Yes.
Give the people what they want.
I mean, I would totally be in on this. Come on, Disney, let's go. We can make this happen.
Again, solving the world's problems one podcast at a time.
Yes.
We do.
Exactly.
All right.
Or at least Disney's problem.
Right. Yes.
I mean, not really the world. Ice cream. Anyway. Hopefully you are ready to go down to your local Dairy Queen or whatever your Tasty Freeze, whatever you have in your town. Hey, you work hard all week. Have some fun with the family, or if you're by yourself, just go get some ice cream. Grab a cone. If you're going to Dairy Queen, peanut butter parfait never disappoints. Just saying. Good stuff. All right, we're going to get out of here. Of course, we'll be back in on Monday with a great trip report as we do. But don't forget, as always, these shows brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out today over at themagicforless.com. They'll give you some great tools to plan your trip. You get a personal travel advisor to help you with all the ins and outs of planning these trips, because a lot of things have changed if you haven't been there over the last 18 months. And the greatest news is ice cream's not free, but you know what? The services of your travel agent over at the Magic for Less are. Think about that. For less than a peanut butter parfait, you're going to get professional travel advice throughout your entire trip, and you're going to get the best deal, because that's what they do. They hustle, get you those discounts where they're available. Disney Cruise Line, Walt Disney World, Disneyland's open to the world. Well, at least everybody in the United States at this point. Adventures by Disney, going cool places. We can help you with all that. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our patrons. If I could, I'd buy y'all an ice cream tonight. We'd all go out and hang out at Dairy Queen and have peanut butter parfaits. But until we can do that, thank you for your support. Our patrons get Mike in the Midwest every Thursday. And it's a fun little show. And I think I'm going to have to talk about Fritz's on the next show. That's a
good call. Yeah.
Or at least
Doozles.
Ice cream joints. Doozles, yeah, it used to be Virgin's. Maybe we'll have to talk. Yeah, well, definitely, because my grandma used to work there. Yeah, okay. Thanks for doing my job, Ricky.
You're welcome.
And also, if you want to become a patron, just visit patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. We're on social media, Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestPod, at BeOurGuestMike. Subscribe to the show on Facebook and YouTube. Just look for the Be Our Guest podcast. And of course, every Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, we open up the phone lines. Even though Daisy doesn't like the call-in shows, I don't care. We open up the phone lines and take your calls, Scott and I. So join us this Sunday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central, Facebook and YouTube. All right, we're going to get out of here and let you get on with your weekend. Enjoy that. Go to your family and be like, I just listened to this podcast for the last 47 minutes. And all they talked about was ice cream. I got to have ice cream. Mike says, I got to have ice cream. Pam and Ricky, they second and thirded the choice. So go get your ice cream and have a great weekend. And until we get back together again, for Ricky and Pam, I'm Mike saying have a great weekend. Enjoy that ice cream, and we'll see you real soon. Okay, sure. All of a sudden.
don't know
my
what
goodness.
that was about. The cat jumped up here and she's like, no, you will not spend time with mom. Only I get to spend time with mom. Yeah.
Yeah, Riley still slept through both shows. Yeah, she's
and Opie is in my shelf with all my Disney stuff, which makes me very unhappy. Get out.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I don't have a cat. Right there. All right, I'm out. So I'll see you guys. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right,
see you
see ya.
later.
Bye.